Okay. Hi, everyone. Tonight with the Gauntlet, we are playing Final Lap, which is a Descended from the Queen game by Nicolas Ronval. It's available on itch. It was part of the Racial Justice Equality Bundle a couple of years ago, and we are using the For the Drama web page to play it tonight. My name is Donna, my pronouns are he, um, and this is my first time playing the game, but I've played a bunch of For the Queen before. So let's go around the table, so to speak, to our other players.
All right, I'm Chris, he, him pronouns. I've played with the Gauntlet a bunch before, and I've played For the Queen a bunch. So I'm looking forward to trying something else.
And I am Kate, she, they. This is my first time playing with the Gauntlet and first time playing For the Queen or Descend from the Queen game live. So good times.
Okay, great. So I guess we're going to read some intro cards to get a sense of the game and explain the rules as well, as is typical in Descended for the Queen games. So I'll start. We take turns playing clockwise. In turn, draw a card and read it out loud. You're muted, Chris.
We are drivers on the circuit, a group of dangerous races at the control of fast vehicles. The text about us will always be masculine, but we can be the kind we want.
The circuit moves from race to race, and we all live together in this mobile caravan during the season.
The champion is undefeated this season. She's the favorite to win the Grand Rapids Final, the most prestigious, famous, and coveted race of the season.
We are all participating in this race. The champion has identified us as her main competitors. We don't know yet, but she will win it.
The race is on. The races are present, but the past reminds us of us.
Let's define together the type of universe and races in which we'll evolve. Stock cars, NASCAR, pod races, magician's courses, street races on a bike in the middle of traffic. What do we think? Do you want to go with something traditional like NASCAR or Formula One, or do we want to go off-piste a little bit?
I am most familiar, such as it is, with open wheel formula type racing, but down with whatever people like.
Yeah, I am also like a fan of traditional motorsports, but I don't know. Could be fun to do it horses in space.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's always good to stay with the genre people are most familiar with. I guess people find it easier to add flavorful details, right? So, or Easter eggs for other fans. So let's stick with formula racing. Okay. Let's go with our next card.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. There we go. Oh, that's me. Let's define together the identity of the champion. The champion can be a champion. Wait, what? The champion can be a champion.
Okay.
That's what it says.
That is what it says.
Swallow, Chaos, Cyber, Wally Street, Lucky Charm, Berserk, Succubus, Ghost.
Yeah. So in the PDF, there's a bunch of cards that tell us a little bit about the champion in terms of their kind of personality or style or whatever. And those names all match the very weird names we've just heard. So do any jump out at you? Or I can just read through them if you prefer.
Maybe post a screen grab in Zoom chat?
Yeah, that is a good idea. So let me grab that. So it won't allow me to just paste in the screen grab, so I think I have to add the file instead, which is very tiresome. Old school, I guess.
Sure. Why? Huh. I guess it doesn't. I've never tried before.
Yeah. Let me. Oh, no. It only accepts files from a cloud system.
Fantastic. Thank
Okay.
you, Zoom, for these wonderful security features.
Okay.
Do any of these names jump out at either of you?
Kay, what do you think? You have any preferences or
I mean,
inclinations, I guess?
I
Or
don't know. We've
maybe,
got
yeah, maybe the we should approach this the opposite way. Is there any kind of personality trait for the champion that we think would be cool to play with?
All right. Do they sound like a berserk swallow? Chaos ghost?
See, I'm going the opposite way. I'm like thinking of real F1 racers. On the spectrum of humility, from Lewis Hamilton to what's his name with Red Bull that just won. God, leaves me at the crucial moment. The kid with the from Monaco with all the billions. I have it's just gone. Hang on, I can Google this.
Like, I'm good. If I name people, it'd be like, no, that is like, they are definitely not from Monaco with millions. Because like Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel. Oh, Verstappen. Okay.
He's from Monaco, right? I might just be wrong, but my point being, how much of an asshole do we want this person to be?
I mean, maybe Monaco is a great nickname, right?
Sure, let's do Monaco.
Right, and he can, and she can be that,
like highly connected, rich kid, silver spoon, kind of setup. Okay, awesome. And Monaco is just the kind of nickname someone like that might enjoy having,
Of course.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Chris.
Next card.
I've never had to do that on Zoom, so that's good to know for next time. Okay, do you want to read out this next card?
When the instructions cards are finished, we will continue with the questions cards. Everyone will read the question on the drawn card and answer it.
The other players can intervene, ask questions, make suggestions. They cannot answer for the one who reads the card, who keeps the last word.
Let's take the X card and place it in the center of the table, where it is accessible to all of us.
So for the drama site has this X at the bottom, which we can use. I don't think we can miss it when it.
Can everyone click the X card real quick just to see if?
Yeah, it shakes in a kind of disconcerting fashion.
No, but can everyone do it? Because if I'm the only one who can click cards through.
Oh no, we can.
We can do it. Yeah. Can you see it?
No, I cannot.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So we will. We'll have to.
Let me try it on a non. Let me just click through. Here, the real. Someone click it now.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go in the chat or in the video, the voice. Okay.
There we go. And next card.
I cannot remember whose turn it is. Oh, it's UK's.
An answer or card in the story. He indicates it by touching the X card. The content concerned is then removed from the game.
When a card is removed in this way, the player who is supposed to play it can draw a new card. You can use the X card on your own card.
It is possible to pass a card to another player because the card does not match your character or because it is more suitable for another character. We can pass a card that has been passed to us.
When the card mentions someone here or who here, it refers to another player's character.
We play until the finish line card is drawn. Everyone takes turns answering them.
We are ready to play. We can take a short break when then the player who wishes to do so throws himself and draws the first questions card.
Okay.
And that is on screen now.
Okay, cool. So will we continue in the same order? So if that's all right with
so.
UK, you are up first.
Yep, sounds good. Just before you start, did we need to come up with any sort of monikers for our characters, or will we just figure it out from context?
I mean, this is a big question for the Queen, right? I know I've gone through entire games without ever having a character name, but we can. I guess if you want to come up with one,
I tend to do at least like name and title, or I guess in this case nickname, but we could. I've also never played it without doing that. I'm really curious to see how it goes.
I think maybe having nicknames or call signs or whatever is a good idea. So I will go with something completely over the top and call my character a Havoc, because that is,
After your favorite X-Men, solid strat.
Busted.
Right. Well, now that we've got a Monaco, I think I will go with Merit, 2 R's, 2 T's. Not a dig at any other drivers on the circuit in any way intentionally. So
I think I'm going to go with, I'm torn between Nashville and NASCAR. Just because I think playing a typical NASCAR driver in an F1 race would be a time.
Nashville versus Monaco. Okay, NASCAR.
Monaco will win. And I will not stand to have my baby slandered like that.
Okay. All right. Well, that gives me an idea for this prompt. So, who did you know here before you joined the circuit, and how did your relationship change after that? Obviously, I've run into NASCAR, both in the figurative and literal sense, on more than one occasion. We both came up racing in the some of the same circuits, some of the same formulas. But since then, it's been a little tougher getting to know some of the newer drivers, and of course, the likes of Monaco, right? We're, like I said, we're on the same asphalt, every race day, but like I said, 2 completely different worlds. So, and then, seeing NASCAR here, actually, I don't think it's changed our relationship as far as NASCAR knows, but I got to admit, I wasn't sure they were really cut out for this. So maybe I've got a little more respect, maybe I look at them a little differently than I did in the past, but I'm not sure I'm going to let them know about that anytime soon. As far as I'm concerned, like I said, there's still a lot lots to go. And, they haven't beaten the champ either. So we're still neck and neck as far as I'm concerned.
Right. There we go.
Can I ask a question, Kay, before we move on?
Sure.
I mean, I presume like everyone knows that you both came from the same kind of circuit beforehand, but do people know that you were friendly, or is that on the QT? Is that something you don't advertise?
We were friendly enough. I mean, I don't know if I'd say we were tight, but again, same circuit, see each other on a regular basis. The same people. You're at some of the same publicity events, things like that. So, like I said, we're not best friends. It's not like we go over to each other's places for barbecues in the off season. But I think we've got a good relationship, at least to me.
Okay, cool. You happy with that, Chris?
Yeah, seems
okay.
fine.
Okay, my card. You pass by a competitor's wreck. Why are you stopping? I think whoever's in this wreck, let's call them Swift, is my teammate, and I don't think it's like a rubbernecking. I'm maybe checking to make sure that they're okay, and I think maybe the team directions for this race were that in the championship, Swift was like closer to the leaderboard than I was, and so maybe someone is talking through my my headset to say, if Swift gives you a signal that he's okay, you could even like get out of your car and let him climb in. I don't know how feasible or legal that is in racing, but yeah. So kind of making sure that he's okay, and then maybe just burning rubber as he kind of says he is done for. Maybe not injured, but kind of not in a fit state to do anything more tonight.
Right.
Oh, I have a question. Are you relieved to see that Swift is done for the race?
Ooh, I mean, a little bit. I mean, like not relieved that. I guess relieved that he's okay, but kind of happy that the team are going to be concentrating on me for a change, right? I am, maybe Monaco maybe views me as more of a challenger because I've had a few run-ins with him. But in terms of the team, it's usually Swift who gets the lion's share of attention and support. So yeah, I'm kind of happy to be finally free reign, right?
I have a question. Is Swift the better driver? Is that why they get all the? Then why do they get all the attention?
I think definitely not is Havoc's is my kind of ego talking, right? I think it might be like a little bit better or a better history or maybe seniority or something. I think if you talk to 5 fans of the team, you'll get like 6 or 7 different explanations of what's going on. So yeah, it's a question that if we were both getting the same attention or the same support, who would really be higher up on the leaderboard? So yeah, I think Havoc definitely thinks that he can be better than Swift on a good day.
All right. Next card.
Yep.
Oh, that's me. I effortlessly double the champion. Does that give me confidence for the rest of the race? Of course. He's some stuck-up rich asshole in the best car billions can buy. I'm here with on basically my own dime, calling in personal connections to feel the car for the first time in this circuit. I made it all the way here to be in contention, and I deserve to win.
I mean, how effortless is this really? Are you like pushing your car beyond what you should, or is the champion like in some kind of mechanical trouble? Like this doesn't happen usually.
I think it's just one of those things. I think I think it's both. I think the champion is like, understeering or something for a lap, and then I absolutely burn out those tires for the second lap trying to get the double.
If we were privy to your like team manager and your head mechanic yelling down the down the headset to you, like what are they saying to you?
They're telling me to cool off. They're telling me to slow it down. They're telling me box, 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 and I simply will not, because this lead is too good to pass up. And I don't. Yeah, I guess that's a good place to go to the next card.
Yep.
I think I've set up enough.
You've taken the lead in the race. The champion sticks you on the train in a cat and mouse game. What do you feel? All right, I don't actually exactly know what sticks you on the train means in
You're
Merrick's plain talking American English, but
I believe it's racing slang for like you are. So you know that thing where one car will pull up and then just keep trying to pass, so you keep having to swerve to like
got it.
let them, so
Okay.
it looks like you're,
All right.
hitched up.
I mean, honestly, I Merritt feel damn great. Like I said, NASCAR thought he was doing pretty hot back there, right? Had a couple of great laps, Champion made a couple of mistakes. But here I am, right? Made a couple good passes, a couple good laps of my own, and now I'm in the lead. And this is what it should be, right? I'm as good as the champion. This is exactly the kind of racing I was hoping for, right? Going wheel to wheel with the best, and showing, yeah, I can be the best on the day too. In fact, more than just one day. So I know I've got to keep it under control and, stay focused, not get too carried away. But, if I could take my hand off the paddle shift and pound on the steering wheel, I'd be doing that right now. So.
All right.
I wonder, have we seen this kind of thing in Merck's season previously? Where they had this lead and the champion was really harrying them back and forth.
I mean, no, we haven't seen a lot of this. But like I said, just give me the opportunity. That's what I've been saying all along. Just give me the opportunity. Same thing with a lot of the things on the team, honestly, right? I mean, some people say I'm a number two. I don't think I'm number two on my own team. So.
Cool. Okay, next. What did you sacrifice to join the circus? I think maybe this explains why Havoc is the junior driver on the team. Havoc joined like mid-season last year because Swift's kind of other teammate, had a bad accident, so they recruited Havoc from Formula 3000 or whatever, But Havoc was in the middle of like winning that season, so he gave up. Maybe not nailed on, but a pretty decent chance at getting the championship to go into the top level racing. So there's like an empty spot on my trophy cabinet.
Did you sacrifice, did you give up a hot season because all along you knew this was really where you wanted to race?
Yeah, I think, who doesn't, as much as you're successful in the lower formulas, like this is where it's at. If you want to say you're the best, it's got to be here. And yeah, I think I'm not sure. Maybe it's something that Havoc regrets from time to time, especially now that they're like in this junior role and maybe not getting the attention they think they can deserve. And they gave up a trophy for this, so maybe that's a sore point between Havoc and Swift. You're muted, Chris.
Between races, I had a bad meeting. Who here helped you get out of it? And I think, well, the obvious answer would be Merit. I think Havoc did. I'm not totally sure what the stakes of this card are or mean.
It's between races, right? So it's got to be, unless it was like testing or like, maybe a media event or something. What do you think?
I guess it could be publicity. I'm sure someone said something.
Or do you have any other inclinations as to what this meeting could be?
Like, my first instinct would be a meeting with the sponsors of my team, but then it makes no sense for people from other teams to ever be involved. So I guess it is just a press event.
Yeah.
And I'll say I said something that could have been construed as say we were racing, in one of those countries with more money than human rights. And I said something, and that landed me in a hot water, and there was contention that I might not be able to race. And then you put out a show of support, and I'm here because there was only one race left in the season.
So do you think that Havoc would have maybe put a different spin on it, or said, hey, we all say stupid things after 5 hours in interviews, give the kid a break, or
I'll leave that up to you.
Okay.
Whatever it is, it worked.
Yeah. Maybe Havoc goes with the kind of give him a break. We he didn't mean it. Maybe it's something the organization should be looking at. Maybe he takes a little bit of a heat on himself to kind of make it a broader topic of discussion, right? They're whatever, they can't be. They can't throw half of the drivers out of the championship because of something like this. So yeah, maybe taking a little bit of the heat on himself.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, I have a quick question. Did you say anything to Havoc after it happened about what happened?
I think there was a very sort of curt professional nod between us. I don't think we said anything in words, but I know that I own one.
Okay. And I think let's take one more card before our break.
All right.
One day, the champion came to inspect your vehicle in silence without saying a word to you. How did you react? Well, I admit I was a little torn at the time, right? I don't know. I wasn't sure if they were trying to get a peek at some new adjustments we made to the wings, or, was this some sort of weird attempt at a personal call, right? If I just lurk next to Merritt's car long enough, maybe Merritt will say something and I'm supposed to start a conversation with Monaco all of a sudden about what? I guess also Monaco's got a little history with my team, and I don't know if they just wanted to see their old team on the way down, at least in their eyes, or what. Like I said, their old race engineer, a lot of the other team staff they work with aren't here anymore, so it's not like it was a social call on that account. So anyway, after the awkward silence, yeah, I did try to strike up a conversation, right? And maybe it was also trying to get between Monaco and the car and just get their attention drawn to something else. But I'm not gonna lie, it was awkward. It was awkward, right? What do you say to Monaco? How's the yacht, right? How's the skiing in the French Alps? So yeah, we maybe had to have a little talk about the weather, and just some other topics. And this was when this must have been when we were at Pacifica Bay. So, plenty of fun things there to do. It's on the water. What are we going to do after the race, right? Going to get any downtime before it's time to pack up and move on to the next up on the circuit. But yeah, I don't know. Actually, I was a little tickled that they did come and have a conversation. And maybe I am blowing smoke up my own ass that they actually were maybe interested in talking to me and not just trying to sneak some peeks at the car aerodynamics. But yeah, I thought I played it cool. Again, except for the part about the nice weather we're having in the city where it's 80 degrees most of the year. So.
Yeah, so I think kind of interesting now that we hear that Monaco used to be on your team. Do we see any signs of that? Like any stories people tell about them? Any graffiti on the trailers? Any kind of signs at all of how people thought of him when he was on your team previously?
Well, I mean, their race engineer followed them when they left, so that was a blow. So I know there's been some, some complaints about that. But like I said, if we're going to be perfectly honest, it seemed like Monaco is outgrowing the team, right? So the team maybe they weren't happy. They thought again, like he could have delivered some great results with the car we had that year, right? We were making a lot of improvements, like I said, but if he had just stuck around maybe like one more season or two, we might even had something pretty good for the Constructors' Championship. But like I said, they took the first exit they could, and on to bigger and better things.
Chris, do you have any questions for Kay on that?
No, that all tracks. And I really need to get some water. My throat is very sore.
Yeah, so let's take a quick bio break. I have 3 minutes past, so let's say 10 past. Yeah, okay. Okay, we're back. Chris, can you bring up the next card? I think that is for me. Ooh. A relative of yours died on the circuit. How did you react? How do you live it? I think maybe, maybe Swift's teammate who was in an accident and I was brought in was to be my a sibling or a cousin, maybe. Let's go with like an older sibling. Maybe 3 or 4 years older. We'd always raced together growing up. They'd taught me all their tricks. Kind of maybe not quite like a hero worship older sibling kind of relationship, but certainly not when we started racing professionally. Maybe the tricks were put back under their hat, at that stage. And maybe maybe that could be an underlying reason why I quit the championship, right? Because I need to kind of carry on that mantle, or maybe maybe I was gonna like win this championship for my sibling, right? So yeah, I think like driven by this need to live up to their legacy and kind of win for them. I think though it's kind of hard in the team room, right, where there's probably like a memorial photo or whatever. There's all these things that kind of remind me, and maybe that safety talk, that first team talk was pretty harrowing because they would have used that footage, right? So there's these constant reminders of what happened. Yeah, let's go with that.
Was that at the same, like, on the same team you are on now?
Yeah, so I think when he died in an accident, I was brought in to replace him mid-season, right? So
Oof.
yeah, so kind of
So
heavy.
it's mid-season. So do you have faith? Like, how do you feel about the engineering team?
Yeah, I don't know that we know for sure what caused the accident. Maybe everyone is throwing blame elsewhere, right? So the mechanics are saying was driver error. Some of the safety people are talking about team practices. I think Havoc is definitely kind of on the side of his sibling, right? That they were kind of careful. They were precise. They were kind of like cold in a way that Havoc does not quite manage. So definitely like looking at the way our team operates and kind of seeing things that make him believe the side of the story that blames the team. And maybe just seeing how it operates from the inside is kind of confirming that.
Were you Havoc before you joined the team, replacing your much more calculated, careful sibling, or was that something that came of later?
Yeah. maybe I think maybe previously Havoc was a bit more fast and loose. That's maybe where he got the name. But now he is kind of maybe taking on the mantle a little bit more. Um, I'm not going to say like paranoid about safety, but double checking everything that the engineering do with his car, and like maybe questioning things a little bit in race briefings and in team briefings as well. Trying to make sure that nothing like this happens to anyone, not just to Havoc.
All right. Who do I share a drink with here after each race? Why didn't you do it after the last race? Well, I picked Havoc for the last one. And I think Merritt was just being a little evasive when they said that we aren't close. I think we share a drink. We're, we are the people. I'll say this. Merritt is the person I tolerate the most in this field of competition as a person. Everyone else is great drivers and absolutely dreadful company. Havoc, sorry, that includes you. Just too much baggage. Honestly, how can I even?
So what the second half of that question? Why didn't you do it after the last race?
Oh God, ugh. I'm such an idiot. I'm sorry. I think you cut me off. I think maybe you retired my car. And I think maybe you did it on purpose. Trying to get me off my game because you need every edge you've got to beat me, let alone beat Monaco.
Wait. Just to confirm, this is Merritt you're talking about now?
Yes, this is Merritt. I think Merritt is a cold-blooded killer. Whether or not that is what happened is up to you. Also, remember we can X cards we don't think are interesting, which I just remembered.
All right. Well,
right.
I won't ask why is NASCAR casting spurious allegations on Merritt's good name, but question would be, do you think Merritt noticed that something was off?
No, I don't think so. I think Merritt's oblivious, and that makes it sting even more from NASCAR's perspective.
So, like, do you really share a drink with each other after every race? Like, who drives that social interaction if Merritt doesn't notice that it didn't happen this one time?
That is the question, isn't it?
Or maybe the question was like Merritt having a drink with Monaco instead, after their encounter.
Okay, I think that's a question for you.
Where
were you if you weren't drinking with me?
It's entirely possible, right? That there's only so many regular bars near the circuit where the drivers tend to end up. Maybe Merritt was seen in close proximity to Monaco at a bar, but a lot of people were at the bar. So, if NASCAR chose to interpret, seeing two people together with drinks in hand, again in a room full of other people, drinks in hand, then yes, NASCAR could reach the conclusion that, two people holding drinks and talking and looking at each other a lot might have constituted, a breach of the old unspoken agreement. What do you think?
Well, I didn't know you were a goddamn corporate shill with all this double talk.
I was about to say Merritt has a career as a press secretary after.
All right, let's do the next one.
Who do you travel with here between races? Well, I think, depending on your definition of travel, maybe sometimes it was NASCAR, again, from time to time. Maybe not after the last race, but like I said, it's just the logistics. It was just the logistics.
Oh, now it's the logistics, is it?
The logistics.
I thought it was just two people.
Just two people. I mean, like I said, we're getting close to the end of the season. There's a lot to keep in mind, right? Like I said, teams trying to make some last minute adjustments. We're trying to make the most of every moment we can get. So yeah, haven't had quite some of the same old times that I used to with the other drivers. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, there were some other people that sounded like they could have been a good time to travel with. But I mean, Havoc's brother didn't look like that much of a fun time. But like I said, Swift or Havoc, a bunch of other people in the circuit again would have been fun. But I'm kind of curious though to see how Monaco does it, right? When they peel off in the chauffeured car, right? They're heading to that private plane. So would be nice to kind of hitch a ride with them sometime and see how the other half of the other half really lives.
I want to ask just a completely inflammatory role play question that you do not have to answer. But did that trip to Luxembourg mean nothing to you?
Listen, I mean, of course it meant something. I mean, listen, yeah, were we both too drunk to get the tattoos? Yes. Okay. But that doesn't mean, from what we remembered of the time in Luxembourg, it was an amazing time. And the rest of it, definitely, remember forever. So,
Well, I'll see you in the next race.
It's the last race, NASCAR. It's the end of the season.
There will be another season.
All right. That's true. You and me. Let's go.
And also Havoc.
Okay. So that's me, right? Before the race, someone here revealed one of his weaknesses to you. You have the opportunity to use this revelation right now. Do you take it? Ooh. Yeah, so I think maybe maybe in the last trip, let's say it was from Luxembourg. No, not Luxembourg. Luxembourg is obviously a very special time. So from Pacifica Bay, right? Maybe I was sitting next to Merritt on that in business class or whatever. And Merritt revealed that we were talking about like this old gearbox system that isn't around anymore. But Merritt starts talking about how maybe they still kind of have to think about this new control that we have in our gearboxes now. Maybe it's like so hardwired in them that there's like a millisecond of a gap when like switching from one gear up or whatever. And I think maybe I think this comes to havoc in like the split second when they're approaching this corner and Merritt has got to make that gear change. And Havoc just uses that slight, momentary pause in the engine to overtake. And I think I think it should be obvious to Merritt that this is what's happened, right? I think it's like, how did he? And then like, oh, of course he somehow picked just the wrong moment, and that's, I think, is something you got to be primed for. It's not something you can. It's so momentary that you couldn't like see it and react to it. You just kind of have to know to pick your moment. So yeah, I think Havoc definitely takes that opportunity to maybe take the lead off Merritt.
Is that how? That's how Havoc plays the game a lot of the time, right? If he finds an opponent's weakness, he's going to exploit it.
All's fair, right? In love and Formula One. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe there's like, I'm not sure whether it is like a conscious decision, but maybe it flashes through his mind just before he does it that, oh, this is something Merritt told me when we were like relaxing together. Oh shit! But he like guns it and overtakes you anyway, right? There's like a twinge of guilt, but yeah, he takes the opportunity.
The fractional turn of a helmet in stunned recognition.
Yeah.
Where did that tab go? I made the mistake of Googling Max Verstappen.
Oh.
There's the tab. Here we go. Who here was the first to congratulate you on your first podium? I'm gonna hammer in the friendship with Merritt. What we had was something, and I'm fully convinced that you're in denial about it because your management doesn't like the way I operate on the field.
I don't know if they like how NASCAR operates or not, because they just don't say that much. Name doesn't come up that much to begin with in the team trailer, but well, except to say that he's real hard on the tires.
Wow. Okay. I guess that's how it is.
That's what the team said, right? Talk to the team principal, talk to the guys in the garage, not me.
So in NASCAR's locker, like on the back of it, is there like a newspaper clipping or something, like a framed photo of that first podium?
I think I've only podiumed once.
Okay.
Oh.
Is Merritt in that picture in the background or
placing third?
What kind of look do we see on Merritt's face? When NASCAR is holding up the trophy or whatever.
You know what? Maybe it's, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe it got like blocked out by the spray of champagne or something, right? And just the final.
Perfect. So funny.
So NASCAR has this like nice memory, and like the photo does not contradict that memory.
No, it does not. Wait, next card would be, ooh,
Oh,
For Taylor.
let's see. Who are you allying with here to overtake another competitor? Tell your story. Which one of you benefits the most? Well, to be honest, I thought, not that we talked about beforehand, but yeah, I thought it could have been Havoc. Like I said, not if NASCAR gets the win today, right? One of us got to beat Monaco, and maybe that's what matters the most. But like I said, NASCAR was looking really, really good earlier in the race. And I thought, maybe me and Havoc, between us, like we could cool things down a bit, but Havoc just, shit, must have been the time I told him about the gearbox. I knew it. How did he remember? So yeah, I thought me and Havoc might have might kind of have an understanding. I mean, it's not like I know what Havoc thinks about NASCAR that much. I don't think there's any beef between them. But as for which one of us benefits the most, I mean, look, I know Havoc has this sob story, right? That's not fair to him. It's not a sob story. It is a genuinely tragic, terrible thing what happened to his brother. But he's not going to win the championship on today's points alone, right? I mean, I guess maybe, yeah, this could be. It could be a little way to settle some ghosts if he does at least win this one, but I don't know. I mean, I'll be here next year. So, maybe it would mean more to him. Doesn't mean I'm going to give it to him.
So do we see Havoc and Merritt, like after that overtaking of Merritt, just like gunning for Havoc and kind of forgetting about their maybe provisional plan to take down Monaco? It's like personal now between the two of them, or a live and thriving competition to get into second place.
Yeah, I think it's, like I said, look into your rearview mirror, right? You're going to see, hello, still here, still right here. So yeah, maybe not completely abandoning all race strategy, because like I said, still got the voice shouting in my ear. But definitely, I think it's changed something, right? So I'm a little more aggro, openly aggro.
And presumably we see like Monaco, laughing to himself, looking at this, spoiling the chase on him.
Right. They thought they were doing so well. So.
Yeah. So do you think both of you in that moment realize you're not going to win this race?
Wow. That's cold. That is cold.
But it is the truth, isn't it?
It's not like we've been lapped, right? Anything could happen, So besides, you're never going to win with the race by saying I'm not going to win this race. So I think in that moment, it is absolutely all right. I'm gonna, overtake for Marriott, so I'm going to overtake Havoc right back, and then we're going to be back into the hunt for Monaco.
What do you think our plan was, Merritt? Did we have some kind of like, obviously, like cooperating in some way? But like when push comes to shove, did we like say we flipped a coin to say who was gonna get the real chance to beat Monaco?
I think, yeah, I don't think maybe there was any verbal commitment to one person either way or the other, but it's like a gentleman's sporting chance, right? You know, like whoever's in best position, you know, like no one's going to try any sort of any erratic tricks or whatever to take the person out of competition, right? But also, you know, we're not necessarily going to make it easy for people lower down in the field to, you know, to kind of climb up in the rankings. Like I said, should be this group in contention. It's my thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Open the thoughts.
So yeah, I mean, I think given that we're not helping each other like we might a teammate, we're kind of just leaving the chips fall, and yeah, I think there probably is, you know, after we are, you know, just fighting between ourselves so much, and maybe we see Monaco pull off a little bit, and Havoc just, you know, curses down the radio. Of course, you know, the lesser drivers competing helps the rich get richer, right? Okay.
Let's do the next.
This is me, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. What were you forced to do for a sponsor? Oh boy. I think maybe at the start of the season, I had to dress up in a really silly duck costume, like a football mascot or whatever it is, to do this really terrible promo spot. Yeah, I don't know, for some, you know, I don't know, Mallard Cola or whatever it is. I hope that's not a real brand, both for my sake and for their sake. Yeah, and it was, I think maybe it became like a viral hit because it just was so ridiculous. And I think it got, like the ad campaign got pulled because Havoc just looked so pissed off that he was stuck in this stupid duck costume that it was like so counterproductive. So yeah, I think there was probably a lot of duck jokes that week on the circus, right? And maybe still are.
Brief aside to say that Mallard Cola is a real, apparently French brand of drink from concentrate. So
Oh, wow.
this
Okay.
tracks.
Okay. Not so popular in Monaco, but in France, proper, sure.
Anywhere else. All right, next one. Who here do I keep a close eye on during the race? Why? Why? I think Havoc has been living up to his name the whole time, and I need to steer clear. If I get caught in this man's arrow, I'm done for. So I will give you a wide berth, and if I am ever forced to pass you, I'm willing to take a penalty to do it.
Do we think someone has come a cropper of Havoc in this race? Someone else?
Well, between crashing your partner and crashing K, Merritt.
I mean, I didn't realize I was responsible for Swift's crash. Maybe that was just wishful thinking. But you know, I drove past just after he had crashed, so maybe you saw that and figured it could have been me.
Yeah, I guess NASCAR's whole deal is misinterpreting events. So let's go with that. That's fun. Next card.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
there was something wrong with those wings after all, huh?
Right? Yeah. Yeah, the champion caught you doing something illegal in the last race. What did you say? What did Monaco say or do? First of all, right, like I said, I don't do aerodynamics, right? Car goes in the garage, right? The team puts puts on the new wings, puts on whatever they're going to put on. Like I said, you don't see me with the drill in my hands. So, yes, Monaco did make some really pointed comments again about some of the new features on the car. And then after that, a couple points that maybe could have been interpreted as saying something about my driving with those new aerodynamic features. But not to my face. I mean, that's the problem, right? Like when you take that kind of stuff in front of the press, right? You give quotes. And sometimes you don't even use people's names, right? Like it wasn't even like they actually, Monaco actually used my name, but just a lot of comments that made it clear, listen, there's only 2 drivers on the team, right? And it's very clear which one, Monaco was referring to. So, so yeah, I mean, the team's not been in a great mood since then. We had to do a little bit of, damage control. But again, like I said, if someone wants to lodge an appeal, right, with the FIA or whatever, let them go ahead and do it. So yeah, whatever Monaco thought they were trying to do didn't work as far as I'm concerned.
Do you think maybe that engineer who went with Monaco kind of had kind of started this slightly dodgy technical feature, so kind of had a bit of ammunition to throw his old team's way as well?
You know what? That very well could be it. That very well could be, yeah. Yeah, and maybe people aren't necessarily saying it had to be the old race engineer. But things are still sure looking that way. So.
I mean, I think the late night pundits are certainly saying that there's some merit to Monaco's claims, right?
Ooh.
Yes.
Apologies. It was sitting right there. I couldn't resist
it. Well, no, that is why it's there. So
Rejecting a pun is the highest praise you can get. Let's go to the next one.
How long has it been since I've been home? I mean, I gotta think it's like the funeral, right? But who wants to hear my sob story, right? This season has been really busy, so it's not like I had a chance. But I'm sure Havoc will find something to do in the off season that means he doesn't have to go home.
Well, if you weren't, where were you for the first half of the season if you weren't home?
So in the kind of Formula 3000 or lower tier racing, right? Sorry, by home I mean I guess I'm referring to Havoc's and his brother's kind of familial home, right?
Yeah, that tracks.
Right. Well, does Havoc actually kind of want to go home or miss home?
Yeah, I mean, I think he misses home, but also he knows that there's going to be just a ton of baggage, literal and metaphorical, to unpack when he gets there. Right? There's probably all of his brothers' kind of old racing gear and all this junk in the room that he's going to have to clear out, and that is just something he's not looking forward to.
Hmm. Would you say that affects your performance in this race?
I mean, the fact that
It's the last race. You're
it's
gonna have to go home afterwards.
do I really? I don't think I do. I can just live in denial for another off season, right? Um, well, here's the thing, right? If I don't podium in this race, um, I'm going home without having lived up to certain standards, right? That people are expecting of me. So, um, I mean, one way or the other, there's going to be stories told about my brother, but yeah, if I podium, they'll be a little bit less painful, maybe.
Keep telling yourself that, champ. Oh, I've had a one night stand with the champion. What weakness did I discover? She's not understeering because of car trouble. She's understeering because of an old crash injury. It just, you can't quite lost like just enough range of motion, not enough to stop driving, but just enough to be noticeable if the track is wet or conditions are a little bit slipperier than usual. And of course, I exploit this whenever possible.
Do we think those conditions are extant in our race right now? You got maybe that's why you pushed so hard early on, to aggravate her and use that edge.
Yeah, I think so. I think the tone of this game so far definitely fits a dismal, dreary kind of rainy day. Can't wait for the photo finish to be ruined by lightning. Right.
But you think they knew they were revealing that weakness to you?
I think they were too drunk to know. I'm not even sure they fully recall who I was or how I got there. I certainly didn't stay there to wake up.
So do we think the champion has been different around NASCAR since, or have you noticed no change whatsoever in Monaco's demeanor?
I think this has caused a press fiasco, but she personally is indifferent to it. Maybe this was last season. Maybe it's just been that long. All that's left is that thing I can exploit. Huh?
Well, who do you come to grips with here? Why?
That second why is
it hits every time.
Right? I mean, let's see, who do I come to grips with here?
I'm not even sure what this is asking.
Well,
I mean, I'd like to suggest that this is where you overtake Havoc right after this Trojan struggle in the past lap or so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Let's say I thought I kind of started this race like maybe thinking I would have to deal with NASCAR a bit more. But as it turned out, right, Havoc living up to the name all along. So yeah, I mean, like I said, no ill wishes, right? This is just, this is just racing. Um, but yeah, like I said, I know what he did, right? And I'm not gonna, like I said, he can have third. He can have third. That's totally fine by me, right? Even second. Give him some points. Oh, yeah, it'll be good for him. It'll be good for him. But yeah. So yeah, maybe like I said, the aggressive driving, right, and the attempts to overtake are picking up. I mean, yes, is Monaco maybe gaining a little more time, right, while we're still engaged in this? Yeah, but like I said, not okay, man, not okay. So
Do you think you are just overtaking like clean, or is there a little bit of a scuffle, or do you like drive Havoc off the road, or how stylish is Merrick being right now?
um let's see. I think again, yeah, definitely a visible change between first half of the race, right, and now. But I think maybe not willing to go so far as to driving Havoc off the road because, like I said, in the back of Merrick's mind, right? Like you can't. Havoc knows what he signed up for, right? But still, picking Havoc to kind of unintentionally, potentially have him crash like that feels a step too far. So, like I said, aggressive, maybe again a chance of a little bit of contact, but like I said, not maybe lose a wing or something like that. But again, not really trying to drive him off the road. So, because that would definitely be a step too low. But then I don't know how that makes Havoc feel though, because all of a sudden, like things have gotten a little more dicey.
I mean, maybe there's that kind of side by side, kind of jockeying for position, and maybe Havoc lets off the throttle a little bit
Oh,
for some reason. Maybe he saw that potential for a crash, or maybe he just decided to let you go. I don't know.
okay. That makes sense. And then yeah, maybe that again, that now it's the infinitesimal like head turn in the other direction. Like, wait, why are you doing this now? After what's going on?
What's going on, indeed?
What's going on, Havoc? Too much Havoc.
All right.
Okay.
All set for the next one.
Yeah. Whew. After a collision, a lucky charm in your cabin breaks. How do you react? I mean, maybe this is that same moment, right? Maybe there's this
Yeah.
near collision, and I think maybe he has like something like taped to the dash. If there's a dash, I don't know. If there's any space on the dash for something to be taped to it, and some kind of memento from his brother left him when he got into racing first. So when they were kids, he just left this kind of keyring or something behind. And yeah, I think this, for no particular reason. Obviously, it's like an omen. The whatever's connecting this keyring to the dash just comes loose, and like I think it just flies out of the out of the cockpit past his head, and there's like a moment of panic, and I don't think it's on the track. It's not like going to be a danger to another driver, but there's this like moment of shit, you know. And yeah, I think that maybe it is kind of a little bit of a loss of nerve, or like there's more important things than me and Merritt killing each other over who gets to take on Monaco in this kind of final lap or whatever.
All right, let's go. Oh, I've incurred debts. What could they ask me to do during a race? Who? I'm going to turn this to the table. Who here is mob backed? Like who here am I like a jobber for, I guess?
I mean, they've asked you to do something to cancel your debt, so like to throw the race or to take someone out of the race.
Yeah, like that. Those are the only things I could think of.
Maybe they want you to. Maybe they want you to take out Monaco, right? Because Monaco not winning this race or not finishing the race is obviously like so going to be terrible odds, right? Because it's never going to happen. He's going to finish every race no matter what. So maybe it's like NASCAR will take out Monaco. That's the demand they make. Does that make sense, Chris?
Yeah, that does make sense. And I think they're actually backing some third party, some no-name driver none of us are even really aware of. And yeah, I just have to clear a path for them. Yeah, that's an interesting bit. How many cards have we gone through? How much longer do we have? Because the end is like coming up, right?
Yeah. I kind of think it's soon. Maybe one more round. Or I haven't been counting, but it seems like we have.
It feels like around 15, I think.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe this round and the next round. Maybe.
Right.
Let's see.
So I do have a question for NASCAR. Who, like I said, has always been very proud of getting everything done on his own dime, right? Not like Monaco and all of their pipeline of money, calling in connections in order to be in contention. Are these dangerous and influential people? Some of those connections you called in while doing everything on your own dime.
Yes, absolutely. Everyone. First of all, everyone in F1 is here on dirty money. Those who don't pretend to are either,
so now everyone's on dirty money.
Everyone is on dirty money. Half these tracks are funded by Saudi oil billionaires committing human rights violations as we speak.
I'm just saying, it doesn't seem to be as much daylight between NASCAR and Monaco as NASCAR made it sound at the beginning.
I don't know. I think he's getting plenty of sun on his mega yacht that I'm not getting in my motel room.
I mean, I guess it depends whether NASCAR is willing to just take out Monaco, like this.
I am, but also that directly contradicts the established fiction that Monaco will win this race.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm totally willing to do it. I don't know why it wouldn't work.
I guess the question is like, or the kind of the quandary is like, is NASCAR willing to do it? And given that we know Monaco will win the race, like how does it fail?
Yeah, you know what? I think I take myself out. I think I like go. I try to corner. I try to like run. We're both on a corner, and I cut in to round it, and it's so slick that I oversteer, and they are forced to slam on the brakes. But it just so happens that perfectly, I like fishtail in front of them, miss them completely, and total my own car.
Okay. It's going to be in the highlight reels for a
Oh
while.
yeah, no, this is. I think. This might be the end of my career, and depending how much I can sweet talk certain people, my life.
I mean, it sounds like it would have been a hair's breadth away from taking Monaco out. So maybe you did your best, and it
I
just didn't work.
absolutely did my
Right?
damnedest, but you tried explaining that to someone with a lead pipe going
Yeah.
for your kneecaps. Either way.
Okay.
Oh, the champion came to see you after your first. Champion finds a lot of excuses to swing by. I guess it's a good thing. I guess it's a good thing we had that backstory about it being their old team. Let's see. So the champion came to see you after your first race. Why? Why? What did she say to you? I mean, at the time, it just seemed like a pretty standard chat, right? Just a casual introduction. Yeah, maybe some comments about like, it's my old team, right? And how the place looks like since Monaco's been gone. Just the standard pleasantries, right? Like kind of a see you out there, on the track kind of thing. Though at the time, I don't think Monaco was really expecting to see me out there on the track, right? Except as like a vanishing point in their mirrors. So, but yeah, now that you think about it, it is kind of weird how they keep swinging by, right? And we keep having these weird conversations. I don't know what it's all about, right? Like, again, if there's something that they've been trying to say or get across to me, again, why can't Monaco just do it to my face? I said, there have been plenty of opportunities. So
He's not shy, and gets what they want all the time.
right.
So
Yeah.
it seems strange. Maybe NASCAR has some kind of insight.
I think Monaco just doesn't want to be seen with you in the press. I think you're beneath them.
Well,
I think,
I was.
if anything, I'm using what little pull I have to keep them away. Just out of spite for both of you.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, like I said, yeah, dude. Do we say thanks to NASCAR after watching NASCAR almost take Monaco out? So, but I think in a minute it's just like, holy shit, what the? But yeah. Interesting.
To think somehow these last cards have been the meatiest. I guess that's just the way of these things.
I have no idea what this means. You broke sugar on the champion's back.
But it sounds complimentary.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it a French idiom or yeah?
Oh, okay. Yeah. The internet claims that it means to engage in malicious gossip about someone.
Okay.
So the opposite of that.
So yeah, I think maybe Havoc may have seen NASCAR and Monaco hit it off the last time, and maybe Monaco's handlers were really careful that no staff or other onlookers were around, but Havoc, found out or saw them before their one night stand, and so yeah, I think you might have made a comment about these two teams having some back channels or some hidden connection. And maybe this is how, because maybe this was right after NASCAR got into hot water about what he said that got him into trouble, and this was the scandal that kind of took the heat off him. And yeah, I think Monaco was, yeah, maybe Monaco got like really cold, and this was where the mudslinging started with the old team and Merritt, and it was like the gloves are off. I really can't take any chances with these people. Yeah, and maybe that's why there was never any mention of this again, right? Because Havoc kind of spoiled whatever could have developed.
Swallowed it in an even bigger shitstorm.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's it. Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So, I guess this is this is a question to all of us, I think.
Yes, I think we should do it in order, though. So I guess I go first, which I already established. I do not finish the race.
Yeah,
I end in shame.
You
due
end up
to
in the
mob
gravel
connections.
a couple of corners back, right?
Yeah.
So are you going to congratulate the champion? What do you do next, I guess?
God, no. If I am seen congratulating the champion after the shit I just pulled, who knows what anyone will do to me. And what do I do next? Beg for my life.
Yeah.
And if that works, on to the next season, just another day in F1.
Okay, how about Merritt?
Let's see. I mean, I'm thinking Merritt ends up in the points, right? Maybe even, like I said, maybe even like say on the podium, but looks a little distracted, right? Because even though, I mean, like I said, they didn't win, but they should have been what they wanted. But like I said, they're still thinking about, like, for example, that gleam in midair, right? In that minute when Keychain goes flying off of Havoc's dashboard, right? And there's just that split second, like, ding, like, what just happened, right? Something's not right. Something just happened, and I don't know what it is. And Havoc just, again, has been acting a little erratically. And then, like I said, like NASCAR, it's not like him, right? Like I said, he's I think I've had enough drinks with him, right? We've had enough fun times, enough heart to hearts in small European countries.
Oh, sure. Now we've had enough good times.
That,
I mean, it's Luxembourg. You can't forget Luxembourg.
Right? That what he did didn't seem right either, right? And I knew he's definitely in with a chance, right? That's why I was, like I said, that's why I was starting to get more and more keyed up during the race. So something is going on, and even again, the token congratulations, like, right, again, face getting obscured by sprays of champagne. Probably not going to get a good shot in the press coverage for this one either. But I think, yeah, kind of looking off to the side and wondering what is going on with the other guys. So, although again, if Havoc wants to be on second or third, like we can switch this around. But I'm thinking again, just some strange vibes.
Yeah, I mean, I think given how we kind of left that final overtaking, Merida's ahead of Havoc, right? Makes sense. So if Merida is second, maybe Havoc is third.
Yeah.
Or maybe he fell off the speed and someone else came up to get that podium finish and he finished fourth, right? And that might work. And yeah, I think because he's not a podium finisher, so there's no kind of race for interviews or any other kind of stuff. The next time, like, we see Havoc is like trotting back the track to find and pick up that keychain. So like searching in the gravel or whatever, or asking a attendant, or maybe not asking anyone, because like you gotta admit you tape something to your dash. So yeah, and I think maybe there's like a normal congratulation, but like we kind of maybe we just see like a thumbs up and a wave, but not like glad handing or anything. But we see like him flipping that keychain in his gloves, and maybe like telling the team manager to like book him a flight home instead of going on this holiday to wherever with the team, to unwind. So yeah, going home, I think is
that's right. Yeah.
What's next for Havoc.
Yeah, actually, if a lot of the drivers go to the usual bar, right? And Meredith standing there, drink in hand, maybe 2 drinks in hand, waiting for a NASCAR to turn up. Does NASCAR turn up?
I think like much later, if at all. I mean, if you wait up, you might see him, but no, he's not. He's definitely not moving with the pack.
So do we think like Merritt gives up on NASCAR and like calls it a night?
I guess let's see. I guess it depends, right? Like, let's say he just texts, right? Like NASCAR, right? Like photo of a drink, foamy cold drink, right? Like, bro, where are you? Or is NASCAR busy? Again? Like, yeah.
Busy pleading for his kneecaps.
I need those. I'm a race car driver.
They are super useful.
So these are very valuable kneecaps.
So if Merritt waits around, right, is NASCAR going to turn up like any the worse for wear?
I think I get out of it.
Okay.
I think they can see that I tried. And if anything, I'm under review and they're waiting to see if I can try again next season. Or if I'm like, my team is sent to the absolute pits for this.
Got it. So, yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, maybe
there will be a lot of drinking if you wait up.
Maybe, yeah. All right. So, like, yeah, the bar's emptying out. Like, the screens and the TV screens in the background are playing like clips from the race. Just kind of standing there, like, what's going on?
Maybe in 20, 30 years, I'll tell you. But for right now, I need a bourbon and to turn off that goddamn screen playing that goddamn crash.
Well, we can tell them to change the channel, but I think The other channel's just showing futsal. So
I will continue to fight this bartender until the television is off. At this point, it's 2 a.m. Like, look, bud, you know I'm good for it. I'll pay you double to 400 euro. I need a nap anyway. Yeah. So it's a long night. How do you feel? Are you worried? What are you doing? Why'd you wait up?
I don't know. I mean, the team's been asking where I'm at, right? Because figured we should at least go out and celebrate. But I don't know. All of a sudden, I didn't feel like it, and I don't know why. So, I mean, I earned it, right?
Yeah,
I earned the
sure did.
celebration.
That was a damn fine race you ran.
But it could have been yours too. Could have been Havoc's. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. Something going on with you?
At the moment, no. I am at peace. Maybe that's the liquor talking. I think that chaos is the beauty of the sport. I look forward to racing you again next season.
All right. Yep. See you next year. And then in 30 minutes when I give you a ride back.
Yep.
So
completely. At we cheers and then I just pass out. Then you drive me back. That's great. So
Yeah.
Havoc, what do you?
I know. There needs to be, there needs to be before the screen stuff, there needs to be some footage of like Havoc, like, in the background of a shot, like walking around.
I mean, maybe you see some, like when the TV finally gets shut off, or just before it does, maybe you see some footage of him like walking down the track after the race with this key ring in his hand, which is, completely like strange to any commentators. But like maybe it like looks familiar from that millisecond of it flying out of the cockpit.
That's true. That's right. Yeah, that final ting.
Yeah, but maybe you recognize it. I mean, yeah, maybe it looks familiar from knowing his brother, right, or something. I don't know. So yeah, I'm happy to wrap there.
I'm also happy to wrap there. This was a profoundly weird game. Very somber. Yeah,
I mean, I guess I got that prompt about a dead relative, and that was it.
I was like, I'm calling in a mob yet. I don't know. Maybe this is just what happens. Maybe if you play for the Queen and pick Queen Elizabeth, this is also what happens.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if Havoc had just gotten that prompt, right, and like it was like Mallard Cola or something instead, right, calling in some dark and terrible favor. Like I said, it could have been a little.
Yeah, I guess it could have been different.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dark and sinister French concentrate beverage forces.
Right.
Okay.
The duck remembers what you did.
I owe the duck big time. Okay. Let me stop recording. We'll do a quick debrief. So yeah.